Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 2 de Runaway 2, O Sonho da Tartaruga. Ontem, quando o avião caía, Brian atirou a Gina para fora com o único paraquedas que havia. Na queda, ela foi metralhada e sabemos agora que foi por soldados americanos que tomaram a ilha e negam tê-la visto. Brian conhece a maravilhosa Lokelane, que já namorou gente de todo mundo. Aliás, é um dado histórico de que o Havaí, quando invadido pelos brancos, encontrou uma população inocente, pura, que na busca da felicidade não tinha esse sentimento de posse nem via mal em namorar mais de uma pessoa. Assim como é possível ter vários amigos e vários amigos ao mesmo tempo, não havia nada de diferente em ter vários namorados ou namoradas e até mesmo ao mesmo tempo. Então, a Lokelane, que ele conheceu, conta que os militares tomaram a ilha e evacuaram todo mundo, restando agora, no momento, só ela própria e alguns tipos esquisitos que ainda não saíram da ilha. Kai, um velho surfista que perdeu uma perna e que é descendente de feiticeiros havaianos, o discípulo dele, Knife, e o filho do Knife, que é o Koala. Ela conta também de um tipo esquisito que parece um monge e que apareceu nas últimas 24 horas e que parece ter algum problema de comunicação porque não responde, não fala com ela, não nada. Talvez um monge surdo ou mudo, ou surdo-mudo.
It's full of sand, ash, cigarette butts, and that looks like a cigar holder. I bet I can find some use for that. If I remember right, that's the brand Kordsmeyer smokes.
Da marca do charuto do Coronel Doido, que parece aquele do Apocalipse Now, que na praia disse: nada como no café da manhã sentir o cheiro de bombas de napalm.
Special cocktails for $5. Sure, why not? Look, Ilani, could I borrow your chalkboard?
Go ahead. Nobody's ordering any cocktails around here anymore.
It comes with chalk, too.
Quadro negro e giz. Ele conseguiu.
What an unpleasant winged rat. Despite its bad temper, I bet it's got a bigger brain than some people I know. I'll try to win over its trust, and then maybe it'll leave me alone. Hello, my pretty. What in the world did I do to deserve such hatred? Let's drop it. It's not worth it. The truth is, I do feel like having a drink, though this isn't a good time. No, I'd better not take advantage of Loki Lonnie's good faith. Plus, I doubt they do me much good. Yeah, animal trophies have always given me the heebie-jeebies. I can't fathom what I'd do with a dried-out old fish, no matter how big its sword is. It's inspired by the traditional statues of Hawaii. No, and I wouldn't take one even if they were placed in a less compromising part of the statue.
Vamos à la playa. Oh, 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 oh.
My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos are about as Hawaiian as koalas, just to give an example.
Pelo jeito ele não conhece a história. Os espanhóis não conhecem a história do Havaí. Que na colonização tem inclusive regiões lá que são dedicadas a rodeio, aos cowboys, porque o pessoal foi criar gado lá nas ilhas. Então tem muito mexicano, cowboy, Já que existe fazenda de gado, existe junto toda a tradição. Vai a música country, vai o touro mecânico, vai tudo que é de rodeio, tudo que é ligado a gado.
That's the weight of the machinery that makes the bronco buck. Yeah, maybe I'll find something interesting. Or maybe something dangerous. What a mess! The only danger inside there is getting tetanus with all that rusty metal.
Então eu não quero mexer em nada lá, só queria olhar.
No, it's such a wreck something might happen to me. Plus, it probably doesn't even work.
O monge, esquisitão.
How long can he sit there baking in this heat? Hello, nice man. Hello? Yoo-hoo! Nothing. Either this guy's deaf or he's on a real trip. I hope he sees lots of planets on the way. Oh, look! He moves and everything. Did that mean yes? Hi, my name is Brian. Nice to meet you. I guess he can only nod to express the idea of yes. Man, how innovative. Do you know any other tricks? Wow, he can shake his head to say no, too. You didn't happen to see a girl fall out of the sky lately, did you?
Não viu a garota caindo, mas talvez você não saiba o que é uma garota.
Maybe a monk isn't the person to ask about a woman, so I'll rephrase the question. Have you seen a man with no hair on his face fall out of the sky? Maybe you saw her fall and thought it was a miracle. I have a hunch you're not going to be much help, so I'll just drop the subject. You're a whiz at saying yes or no, but I don't know if you really understand me or if you just have a nervous tick.
Entendo sim e não é tique.
Did you stop nodding and shaking your head for some reason, or are you a member of a binary sect? Do you understand my language, or do you just say yes and no at random?
Entendo a sua linguagem e não é randômica a minha resposta. Muito espertinho.
Maybe you don't make any other gestures out of spite. You're not a big talker, so there's no reason to ask whether you can read or write. I think I've gotten a bit mixed up, so let's change the subject.
Ler não, escrever sim.
I can't see your face very well, but I get the sinking feeling we've met before. We'll chat some other time, okay? Good luck, my friend. This guy may know something, but if he keeps talking that way, it'll be hard to discern the important part. Besides the fact that, luckily, he isn't deaf.
Ele respondeu que ele não fala, mas escreve. Não sabe ler, mas sabe escrever. Algo assim.
Okie doke. Let's see if he knows how to write. Hey, guy, I found a chalkboard for you. If I give it to you, You can write on it, and you won't be stuck just saying yes and no. Do you mean yes, you'll still answer yes and no, or yes, you won't? It doesn't matter. Here, take it. Thank you. You're welcome, man. You see, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Get to the point. So, you're in a hurry now? No. Running out of chalk. A girlfriend of mine fell into the lake. Are you sure you haven't seen her? Very sure. What are you doing here? I have a mission to accomplish. If you have a mission, then you're not a monk, you're a missionary. And you are a twit. What kind of mission do you mean, if I may ask? You may not. Maybe it'd be better to change the subject. Okay. Father, I have sinned. What are you telling me for? What a useless monk. I am no monk. Are you mute or just pretending? Long time since I used earthling speech organs.
A Ba acha que é uma mulher e por isso não quer que saiba, não fala para ninguém saber. Eu primeiro achava que era um lêmur gigante, mas escrevendo, daí eu acho que não.
Earthling? Don't tell me you come from another planet. Chalk almost gone.
Acabou o
So
giz?
soon? Well, it did last quite a while. Low quality. Shoot, it ran out just when this was starting to get interesting. Anyway, man, if I find something else for you to write with, we'll continue this convo.
Ter que conseguir outra coisa para ele escrever.
It looks like it's made of steel. Okay, it could be handy.
Cabo de aço com gancho.
Huh, it looks like the other end of the cable is hooked onto something down there. Sure, I'll take a glance under the shack. It's pretty dark. I'll get a little closer. I knew it! The cable is caught up in the roots of a palm tree. It must have been stuck here for ages, and I can't get it untied. I don't know what this darn cable is for, but it's sure stuck tight.
Que tem mais aqui? Estrutura de madeira.
Ooh, it's one of those stands where you can get a souvenir photo taken. I always thought they were a little cheesy, though. I just don't get the humor. I was probably influenced by that dumb photo my mom had hanging on the living room wall, though. Me when I was 6 with a stupid grin and Donald Duck's body. It had never occurred to me to waste my time taking a picture like that for fun. No, even though the wood is worn out, it's well anchored from behind. Plus, why would I want to knock it down? It's all worn out from exposure to the water and salt. Yeah, right. Then I'll stick it in my pocket and take it home after turning it into a dining room table. I admit I do like the idea of the Aboriginal photographer. No can do. It must be hooked up to the rest of the machinery, and if I unhook it, it'll probably stop working. Ah, I've reached the heart of the beast. I mean, the place where you stick coins in and the photo pops out. Oh, the lights are turned off. That means the photo stand is either unplugged or, even worse, out of order. This is where the photos pop out, without a doubt. That's where the coins are inserted, with that weird shape, though. I bet it works with tokens instead of regular coins.
Por que ele vai querer uma foto ou precisar uma foto?
1. Insert $5 token into slot. Bills not accepted. 2. Place heads in face holes. 3. Remain totally still while photograph is taken. 4. Surfing photo will pop out in less than 1 minute. This is where the photos pop out, without a doubt. That idea is not good. That won't do any good.
Para enganar os surfistas que ele também surfa?
She is attractive. Hey, Lokelani.
What's on your mind, Kaimi?
What do you know about that photo stand over there?
Oh, it's just another money pit for tourists that my boss set up.
And why isn't it working?
No, it actually works fine. It's probably just not plugged in.
Where can I get my hands on some photo stand tokens? Do you sell them?
No, they normally sell them in the souvenir shop, but since it's closed, if you had a tow truck, you could lift the photo stand platform, because lots of tourists drop coins in the cracks between them, and there they stay until my money-grubbing boss does a full sweep to gather them up.
You know, I've never ridden a bucking bronco before.
Well, unfortunately, you won't be riding this one either. It's been broken for a long time. I think the last guy to ride it was my ex.
That was Brian, for sure.
No, that was Georgios. He would saddle up and scream, "Hit it, Loki, this one's for you, baby." I would activate the button underneath the bar, and he'd buck back and forth until his perfect little behind was sore. Then I'd turn it off.
When did that bucking bronco stop working?
Let me calculate. Since Georgios returned to Greece, let's see. Georgios was the one before Atahualpa. Atahualpa came before Vincenzo. Vincenzo was right before Nanook. And a bit later there was Joao. Then Victor. Then Abbas, Wolf, Lars, Sean. Yeah, so I guess it was about 12 or 13 X's ago.
Your ex was such a lummox that he busted the bucking bronco?
No, but he came from an island where people jump onto bulls. He would hop on and start doing handstands and backflips. He said it was all a matter of balance and foresight, but it didn't seem that simple.
É, a tourada lá na Grécia era de pular por cima do touro. Nós vimos isso lá na Ilha do Minotauro. Você tem mais giz?
Could you lend me some more chalk?
I'm sorry, but I don't have any more. That penny-pinching boss of mine steals them from the local public school, and he won't steal any more until the last piece is reduced to a speck of dust.
I'm gonna take a stroll. See ya later on.
See you around.
Ah, mas aqui não.
They must lead to the basement. It keeps the doors from being open. Impossible. Just by looking, I can see the wood is too thick. I can't do it unless I remove that board first. Nothing more than your everyday garbage container.
É. E no jogo de aventura, o que a gente faz com as cestas de lixo e latas de lixo e lixões?
I'm not exactly dying to open it, but let's see what's inside. I hope it smells better inside than outside. Bags of trash, old newspapers. Ooh, this could be totally usable. Almost a whole stick of butter. And no, nothing else in there looks recyclable, at least for now. I'm not very tempted by the idea of chit-chatting with more military types. But if I have no other choice... Huh. This guy's reading. I hope that good habit makes him act nicer than his cohorts. Hello there.
Marine Zachariah O'Connor, at your orders, sir.
What do you mean, at my orders?
Pardon my indiscretion, sir, but I know a superior officer when I see one, even if he's disguised in plain clothes, sir.
Jeez, how funny. Why do you think that?
Because you wear flashy colors to draw attention to yourself, sir. And that is precisely what nobody would expect of a soldier going incognito, sir. If you allow me to make a remark, I believe that was a very intelligent idea, sir.
Well, if you say so. By the way, you could try not to yell when you're talking.
Impossible, sir. I'm hard of hearing, and if I don't speak up, I run the risk of not knowing what the devil I'm saying, sir.
Okay.
Let's see. What do I say to him now?
Soldier O'Connor.
Sir, yes, sir.
You didn't happen to see a girl dropping out of the sky today by any chance?
No, sir. I always wear my ball cap this way, so I'm usually blind as a bat, sir.
Why don't you wear a hat that lets you see?
It's a lumberjack custom to protect our eyes, sir. Keeps the sawdust out on the one hand, and on the other, it keeps the bird doo-doo away when you climb a tree, sir.
What in the good Lord's name can you do for your army if you're half deaf and blind as a bat?
My main task is as a lookout, sir. I used to work as a lumberjack before enlisting, and there's no one in this regiment who can climb a tree as fast as me, sir.
So you climb trees to spy on people? When I see the colonel, I'll have you tried for treason.
You are hilarious, sir. A deaf spy, sir. High treason. Your lady friend must bust her gut with you, sir.
My lady friend?
I meant that girl disguised as a waitress, whose body I couldn't describe without making an indecent comment or two, sir. I'm sure that she's actually an MP, with the mission to weed out soldiers who hit the booze too much, sir.
I'd like to see you climb a tree.
With pleasure. But I need rope to do that, and I don't have any here, sir.
Got a piece of chalk on you?
No, sir, but at school, I learned to make them. It's quite complicated, sir. You have to grate a bit of plaster, mix it with gum arabic, and place the mixture in a test tube, sir.
Okie doke. So, what's the complicated part?
That's all, sir.
I see. Hey, I have another question, O'Connor.
Gesso, goma arábica.
Return to your position, soldier, and remember, I'm watching you.
At your orders, sir!
I'd better not get too close. It's full of sap.
Cheia de sap? Cheia pipop?
The sap isn't quite gum arabic, but it should work.
É seiva da árvore.
I hope the cap doesn't come off, or I can say goodbye to my pocket and everything in it.
Como se fosse goma arábica. Vamos desenganchar o gancho da palmeira, então, usando manteiga?
Yeah, maybe if I grease the knot, it'll come loose. Presto, it's untied. With all that effort to untie it, I'm not leaving it there.
E com isso eu posso arrancar a porta lá, a tábua da porta.
Yeah, good idea.
Boa ideia. Boa das macacadas, disse ele.
Done.
E vai deixar por isso mesmo? Eu dei a ideia, mas ele não sabe o que fazer com isso.
Yes, I'll pull as strong as I can to see if the board gives. Here we go. I think I'll need to pump some iron at the gym if I want to break that board. Yeah, I'll keep inspecting the island. I'll try to find that cove Lokilani told me about. Maybe her friends can help me out. Well, unless I'm lost, this must be them, and I'm willing to bet the guy with the surfboard is Knife. I'm gonna go check it out. Hey, you're Knife, right?
Sure am, mate. Have we met?
Actually, I haven't, but I've heard about you.
Gnarly, mate. My fame back at the University of California remains. I'm not surprised, though. After so many years trying to finish school, even the professors know me.
No, Lokilani's the one who mentioned you.
Lokilani's one hot babe, eh? She's like totally from my bones, mate. But don't tell Kai or he'll go aggro.
Okay. Hey, I haven't introduced myself. My name is...
I heard that, bro. You just told Brian that Lokelani thinks you're the kind. And no one's gonna swallow that, bro.
He is like totally full of himself sometimes. He thinks the fact that some shark chowed down on his paw is enough to impress a Betty like... Wait, what did Lokelani say about me?
Not much. She just said you're crazy about surfing.
How could I not? I was born in Byron Bay.
Where?
Byron Bay, in Australia, mate. The place with the bitchinest airs on the planet, buddy boy. Thing is, when I was a kid, I didn't like surfing. I was all into underwater diving. California's where I got all hyped on surfing, but crikey, over there in Cali, it's majorly packed. You know you gotta reserve a wave at least 2 days in advance?
No, I didn't. Hard to believe.
I'm telling you, and don't think that means you get to ride it alone. Nah, they rent it out to so many mates at once you feel like you're surfing in a public toilet.
So, of course you decided to come here for the peace and quiet.
For Kai, too. When I was a freshman in Surf and Sciences, I saw him do a demo and a video. And it was so gnarly that I dropped out of college to become his student. Kai rules, mate. People say he's a bum just because he spends 16 hours a day resting. But all the masters have to meditate.
I guess that video was recorded before he lost his leg, right?
Negative, mate. The most awesome thing is that his mastery's greater with that iron leg than most people with... Hey, you're not trying to get him to give you classes, are you?
Don't worry. Surfing's not my thing.
You're not into surfing? Whoa, what's up with that? I knew there were some freaks out there, but... So, what brings you to Mola, then?
Lokilani told me you have a motorboat.
Lokilani's a sweet babe, ain't she? So what about the motorboat?
I think he used the motorboat to look for waves on the nearby islands.
No, that was before. The guys in green told me they'll whip out their guns and shoot me if I use it. They must hate surfing so much that one of them says he wants to fly over the beach in a helicopter while I'm surfing. And use me for target practice. People are just totally wacko.
É, isso também é do Apocalipse Now, que o coronel queria surfar, mas não tinha ondas no rio. Ele mandou toda a equipe de helicópteros fazer rasantes no rio para fazer ondas para ele surfar.
Could I borrow your motorboat?
My regrets, mate. If those army thugs catch you, they'll rough you up and leave me boatless. Then forget looking for waves, cars, classes, and everything surfing means. Plus, just this morning I tuned it up, and I don't want you screwing it up.
What does everything surfing means stand for, if I may ask?
Mate, surfing is a philosophy of life. On the one hand, it forces you to let yourself get carried away by the currents of nature. And on the other, it makes you control the situation so you won't wipe out. To achieve that, which is the essence of surfing, you just need two things: balance and foresight. 3 days, mate. 3 days without riding a wave.
Balance and... Hold on a minute, Knife. We'll talk later.
All right, mate. You're in charge. Hey, do me a favor. Don't go into my hut, because my kid's in there flipping out with a console I picked up while we were having breakfast at Lokelani's. And now that he's quiet for once, we better just leave him alone, in case he decides to come out and ruin this peaceful moment.
Balance and foresight. Those are the exact words Lokelani used when she mentioned the bucking bronco. If I can convince him that he can practice surfing on it, then maybe he'll lend me his motorboat. The bad thing is that Lokelani says it hasn't been working for a long time.
Tem uma escultura de tartaruga aqui.
It's sad to think it'll wash away when the tide comes in. It's aesthetically pleasing. Why ruin it?
Tubo de plástico.
Perfect complexion ink, talcum powder.
Talco é o que eu preciso.
I might need it. I don't know why they say talcum powder smells like babies. To me, it smells like talcum powder.
É o que eu preciso pro giz.
Hey, that might actually work. Now I just need to mix this properly, shake up the concoction a bit, make sure it's nice and compact, and presto! A real, genuine, homemade piece of chalk made in the true Brian Basco style.
O Ezou biribó, biribó, biribó.
I hope it lasts longer than that other piece of chalk. I'm no surfing expert, but this looks like a high-quality board.
Ah, achei uma corda também. Também
Must be
preciso
left over from when
disso.
Knife set up the sawhorse that the board is resting on. Sure, I doubt Knife would mind. It's a good rope. Seems strong. I hope it's well attached. I don't want to leave here with it on. According to Knife, his little offspring is inside. How's it hanging, Knife?
Tem o koala.
Just what you see, Bri. What about you? How's it hanging?
Before, you said you studied surfing at the university.
Full on, mate. Since people spent all day on the beach and the classrooms were empty, the uni decided to dream up some more interesting majors and the students were majorly stoked. It was mythical, mate. I, for instance, signed up for 14 different majors. From skating sciences to applied Tai Chi, plus adventure sports theory and practicum and California punk aesthetics. I didn't go to class much, but it was cool to say your major was one of those rad subjects.
What's the meaning of those movements you were making before?
Tai Chi, mate. Since I can't surf, I have to do something to keep in shape.
If I told you that I know how you could start surfing right now, would you lend me your motorboat?
Mate, you are more mythical than the Red Hot Chili Peppers. How can I do that?
Well, it's not quite ready yet, but I'm working on it.
Mate, you're killing me. I almost wiped out. But okay, if you give me a way to surf, I'll lend you my boat.
É equilíbrio e concentração, é o touro mecânico.
It seems weird to me that you have a son.
Koala? He is even weirder. I'm not sure whether he'll turn out to be a criminal or an artist.
You look too young to have a son.
I'm telling you, mate, it just happened once, kind of by chance. I met this hot, amazing, mythical babe who digs adventure sports and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We were kindred souls, but hers was in a bikini. The thing is, when Koala was born, she got the chance to climb Mount Everest on a tightrope. So of course she bailed. Then she did this round-the-world hydro bike tour, then some other expedition, then another. So, I guess she'll come back someday, but I try not to let it get to me. There's too much stuff to keep me busy, and freaking out is for nerds.
Did you say your kid's name is Koala?
No, mate, actually his name is... It's... Mike. Well, eventually I'll remember. I call him Koala because of this cartoon movie he's watched like 10 bazillion times. One of the characters is this blue alien, but the kid kept yapping, "Look at the koala!" Since he saw one when he went to visit his grandparents that summer, it was koala this and koala that. So now, he's stuck with Koala.
Why do you think he'll be a criminal when he grows up?
'Cause he's killing me, mate. Me and everyone else, 'cause he can't sit still for a second. He doesn't actually speak, but his actions speak loud enough. This morning, while we were having breakfast at Lokilani's, he started raging on this military mate who almost whacked him to the other side of the island. And he's one fast little bugger too. If you turn the other way for a second, he'll totally whip your butt. By the way, that Lokilani's a hot babe, eh?
What makes you think he'll be an artist?
Didn't you see the sand turtle the little tyke built? I'm like totally amazed at the way he works with his hands. He made it in like 2 seconds, mate, right before going out for breakfast. But ever since he got his hands on that console, he's locked himself in the house and it's goodbye, turtle.
Let's leave your son be.
Yeah, mate, if he gets bored with that game Power Station or whatever it's called, you're gonna freak.
And Kai is that good of a teacher?
He's one righteous mate. In the beginning, I'm majorly stressed, but he made me walk around the whole island and substitute for him as a tourist guide. Then I wigged out even more because he made me wax boards for 2 weeks. Wax on, wax off. And on top of it, he just laid there without moving a finger. I almost returned to California. Or Australia, that is. But then he started to teach me for real, and you gotta admit, the mate's better than the whole surfing university faculty put together. Plus, I realized he's no bum. He's just meditating.
Is surfing your only pastime?
No, mate, normally, I work as a tourist guide. I take him down to get all stoked over the lake, the falls, the temple, and fishing, but right now, I'm on a required vacation. And not a single pathetic wave to ride.
Don't you take him to Lokilani's bar?
That Lokilani's a hot babe. Fair dinkum, eh? Of course, I take him there, and she pays me a commission for every drink they slip down. Mate, I make more off of that than my salary.
A Bá já identificou que apareceu Karate Kid também, com as tarefas do mestre pro aprendiz.
What were we talking about before?
I don't know, about surfing maybe?
I'll just leave you alone here, Knife.
Later, mate.
Falar com o mestre dorminhoco ali, então.
The guy must be a monster on the waves, but he's a lazy dog in that hammock. Something happened before, and I just don't get it. While I was talking with Knife, Kai called me by my name, but I'd swear I'd never mentioned it. I'll go ask him about it.
Ele é feiticeiro, né?
Excuse me for bothering you, Kai,
Aloha, Brian.
but how do you know my name?
You mean you never mentioned it?
Not as I remember.
Well, I must have heard it around town, brah.
That's funny, 'cause I just got to this island.
Welcome, then. Do you plan on sticking around, brah?
No way. I'm just passing through. Or more like I just dropped in by chance.
No. Stay as long as you want, brah. I like it when you Malihini come to live here. As long as you don't make noise, and you let me meditate in peace. There's fewer and fewer of us who speak Hawaiian, though. And it's sad to see the traditions disappear. I bet you don't even know that Mala, the name of the island, means garden.
I'd love to learn Hawaiian, but I have no time to waste.
Hang loose, brah. Nothing in life is worth running away. First, you have to ask yourself about the Mana'o and things. What they truly mean. And the best way to do that is to lay down and take a load off for a while.
Darn, the main reason I came was to ask you a few questions.
Whatever you want, brah.
Do you know if there's any way into the military camp without being seen?
Not a one, brah. Those soldiers are as wa'awa'iki as they seem. They set up around the Tiki Temple, and that place is practically impenetrable.
I've heard you're a surfing hero, even though you're missing a leg.
No big deal, brah. People who don't think exaggerate all the time. Lots of talking, lots of hurrying, and little meditating. People should spend more time lying in a hammock. Plus, if that shark hadn't gnawed my leg off, nobody would talk about me.
It must be hard to live with a prosthetic leg.
Maybe at first, Until you find someone missing the opposite leg who has the same taste in shoes as you. So just imagine, I'm saving a fortune.
What a faux pas, that shark mess.
Not as much as you'd think. Since then, I look at things from a much calmer perspective. And I appreciate certain things I wasn't interested in before. I got my parents' house back and moved into it. I took Knife in as a student to convey my knowledge to him, and I started to study my own island. Its past, its animal life, its customs, but mainly it helped me discover my true calling. Meditating.
I'm curious about your peg leg.
It's a leg made of flexible black metal, especially for athletes. But I don't think you can see it, brah. Knife's kid Koala stole it from me this morning. The little rugrat was playing with the sand, and I guess he used it as a shovel. Who knows where he hid it?
Getting back to what we were discussing, according to Lokelani, your grandpa was a witch doctor.
Nani Koki, Lokelani, huh? Yeah, my grandpa and my great-grandpa before him was the island's official kahuna and official witch doctor of the poultry god. His specialty was bringing poultry shop chickens back to life.
Is it true that if a bird dropped dead, your grandpa could revive it?
That was his specialty as a kahuna. He was called Kini Papa Moa, which means something like King of the Sick Poultry. He was so famous they showed him on TV around the world, until the National Bird Lovers Association denounced mistreatment of our fine feathered friends, and he was never allowed to revive a bird again. Then he started learning Reiki to use as a hangover remedy, but he never seemed to be very good at it. Maybe it's 'cause he only had one hand.
So, your great-grandpa was a witch doctor too?
Yeah, brah, they say he was a specialist in hearing the future through the sound of waves. Though I've also heard he was born without one of his ears.
I guess you must know a thing or two about witch doctoring.
My grandfather would always take me to his Hawaii, his ritual hut, which is where he would teach me everything a good kahuna should know. Sharks are the spirits of our ancestors. To revive a bird, add a bit of this and a dash of that. Do this, do that.
What does Nani Koki mean, referring to Lokelani?
Pretty much the same as Hilo Hilo. But Lokelani is much more than that. You gotta admit that Kio Kio has turned into one real huilau. I'm just saying that 'cause that nice fat manu she has, and that incredibly uli pair of pekekeu, get my mind to think of nothing but lele, lele, and more lele.
I'm not sure, but that sounded a bit gross.
Why? It's just that the girl has turned into a true pet fanatic, which is just 'cause of that big fat parrot she has. With that incredibly wide pair of wings that get my mind to think of nothing but flying, flying, and more flying. What did you think I meant, bro?
Me? Nothing. But I still don't know what it means if you say Lokelani is Nani Koki.
Heck if I know. Oh yeah, I think it means the same thing as when Knife says she's a hot babe. Or something like that.
Maybe we should talk about witch doctoring some other day.
Alright, bro.
What does that word bra mean that you say so often?
I wouldn't know how to translate it, bro. Hold on, maybe Knife knows. Listen, bro.
What do you want, mate?
Hey, how would you translate bra, bro?
I don't know, mate.
Think harder, bro.
Hey, the one who speaks the Hawaiian lingo is you, mate.
Yeah, but I want to know how to say bra in your language.
No, mate, I don't know what bra means.
You sure, bro?
Don't go aggro on me, mate.
I can't stand the way that bra's always saying mate all the time. Sorry, Brian. You're just gonna have to find out then.
I'll just keep strolling around the island.
Aloha kaua, Brian. I'm just gonna keep meditating for a while.
Não vou dormir, vou só descansar os olhos. Diria ele. Como sempre diz aquela que jamais disse isso.
I wish my friend Saturn were here. Sculpture is one of his passions, and I'm sure he'd like it.
Trouxe gesso.
Here you go, mister. Now we can continue our little chat. Now, where were we? Are you mute or just pretending? Long time since I used Earthling speech organs. Earthling? Don't tell me you come from another planet. Rather not say where I've been. And what speech organs do you use then? Gills? I best with extraterrestrial ones. Are you sure you and I have never talked before? Lately, I only use telepathy. Boggles the mind, huh? Where have I heard that phrase before? Wait a sec. Boggles the mind. Hey, I got it. You're Joshua.
Of course, Joshua Nakayama Smith, to be precise. I know you.
Hey, but you can talk. Why didn't you before now?
My cocoa fords must adopt to Earthling atmosphere. So long since I talk, I hardly remember. However, I hear my name and I remember how to talk.
Don't you remember me? I'm Brian.
Brian, the famous ufologist.
No, I'm Brian.
Brian Scolari, that retarded anti-UFO moron.
No, Brian Basco. Don't you remember me?
I don't know. You swore you not Scolari? Cause you look like really retarded moron.
Sure, Joshua. Hey, about those extraterrestrials and telepathy, that was just your imagination, right?
I knew it. Typical skeptical lies from moron like Scolari.
Give it up already. That's not me. You and I are pals.
Oh, yeah? I don't know if I believe you.
I'll help you get in contact with the extraterrestrials.
Oh, yeah? Tell me how.
I met you in a crater near Douglasville. I remember your name means liberation.
Big deal. Anyone could know that.
I helped you fix your contacting machine with a bicycle chain and a 10-gauge wrench.
Yeah, I think I remember you. You sure that was you?
You had a telepathic helmet to communicate with UFOs and that kind of stuff.
It's true. Whatever happened to it?
I figured out the musical password which, according to you, opened the dimensional gateway. Then you rose into the sky wrapped in a halo of light and said, "You don't know how much love I'm taking with me, Brian."
Oh, yeah. Now I remember everything. Oh, but you look so different, Brian. I remember you much less debonair and a bit more geeky. So tell me, what do you want to know, my friend?
So, why did you return to Earth?
I came along with a team of scientists from the planet Trantor on a routine mission. But it looks like things have taken a bizarre turn and, well, I'm not sure what's going on. But Alpha, the big mucky muck on the ship, has given me a mission of vital importance to mankind. Or something like that. I must find a guy named Professor Simon and deliver a message to him. I'll go out in search of him as soon as the boat gets me off this island. You could come with me, Brian.
I hope that Simon is a psychiatrist, because you need one, and a good one.
You're starting to talk like your namesake Scullery, which makes me very sad.
I need you to fix the bucking bronco. Otherwise, I can't help you.
Well, I have always been good at doing odd jobs around the house. Let's make a little trade-off. I'll help you with the Bronco, and you help me with my mission, okay?
I don't know. I may find a way out of here before the boat gets here. Yeah, if you fix the bucking bronco, I'll get you off the island and take you wherever you want.
You want me to fix this mess so some schmuck can lend you a silly old motorboat?
Yes, Joshua, that's what I said. Come on, let's see if you can fix this jalopy.
Brian, fiddling with this type of wreck is my personal forte. Don't you worry. We're treading on my main territory.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I broke the fall with my own skull. Yeah, just got a little bump on the noggin.
You think you'll be able to fix it?
I didn't break anything, but thanks.
I was talking about the Bronco.
That old antique is practically from the Wild West. But give me a while and I'll figure out why it's not bucking. For now, just find me a 10-gauge wrench and some oil to grease the machinery. 'Cause it's drier than Scullery's brain.
This guy's totally obsessed with 10-gauge wrenches.
Chave 10 eu não tenho. Agora, óleo você usa manteiga.
Joshua, take this lubricant I brought you.
Okay. Oh, excellent. So where's the toast?
There is no toast. It's to grease the machinery.
Oh, yeah? All right.
I wonder whether there's anything true to his story about the extraterrestrials.
Tenho que arrancar isso daqui. Tenho que usar o Jeep.
Not having doors is a bummer, unless you don't mind falling out of a Hummer. The truth is, I don't think O'Connor would let me.
Vou fazer o Connor subir na árvore. Que ele falou que é a especialidade. Para roubar o Jeep.
Yes, that way he can climb up the trees and I can get rid of him. Just watch how riled up he gets. O'Connor, I have something for you.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Oh, man. I'll have to make this a bit more obvious. Soldier, let's see if you're as big a man as you say. Grab that rope and climb that tree, now.
Sir, yes, sir.
I believe it's a weapons manual. I should have imagined. No, this is no time for a read. Plus, the topic doesn't really interest me. Now's my chance. It has all the power I need, and then some. I'll just use it for a sec, and he probably won't notice. Well, it seems like O'Connor is none the wiser, but... That way I'll tie up all my loose ends, 'cause you never know, I may use it again. Just in time, O'Connor's coming back. Better just fake it.
Mission accomplished.
Did you hear anything strange while you were up there, soldier?
Just some vehicles off in the distance, sir. But allow me to correct you. You climb a tree to see, not to hear, sir.
All right, O'Connor. At ease. They don't look like they weigh too much. Jeez. Looks like we're making some progress. Whoa, dude. It's too dark from up here, and my spiky hair is blocking the sunlight. I'll go down and see if there's a better view from inside. Okay, down we go. As expected, I can't see a thing, but I guess my eyes will slowly adjust. It looks like you can turn the electricity on and off for several places on the beach from here.
Enquanto não arrumar as coisas também, não vai adiantar.
As far as I can see, there are 6 switches for 6 specific places, plus the general circuit breaker. Well, it wouldn't be a basement if there were no boards leaning against the wall. It's like those trunks full of costumes you always find in attics, or old shoeboxes in garages, or mason jars with peaches and syrup in Granny's pantry. It's almost like a requirement, you know. Well, I'll swipe one of the smaller ones. Looks like they've been ruined by moisture. I'll leave them here. They're as useless as cork and would just split apart. It looks like a storeroom for keeping old junk. It has a little cord to turn it on and off. I imagine it gives off a little light. A glow-in-the-dark yo-yo would be brighter than this, but oh well. It's running and producing power. It's probably providing electricity to everyone on the beach. That's where the gasoline odor is emanating from. Well, that and the pools of gasoline all over the floor, of course. It's good to know I have some fuel available, but I don't know how to take it with me. Plus, I don't seem to be needing any. I can hardly see my hand in front of my face, but let's take a look. Oh, holy mother of... I think a sack full of sand just fell on my head or something like that. And that rod of iron I just ran into. Hey, it's a metal detector. I'm definitely holding on to that for later use. Plus, I'll avoid having it fly into my face again. Ouch, that hurt! And the worst thing about these tumbles is you get struck by all the objects you're carrying. And I don't exactly walk around empty-handed. There's a cute little miniature-sized dock, and a motorboat which, of course, must be the one that belongs to Knife. It most likely belongs to Knife. I'll take it. Knife probably won't mind. Not much in it. Wrenches and screwdrivers and things like that. But some tools is better than no tools.
Gero, 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 wak, wak, wak. Kaeru no utada. Kikoete kuruyo.
I brought you some tools, Joshua.
Let's see if there's a 10-gauge wrench in here. Or my tooth enamel will be permanently damaged from turning bolts with my mouth. Well, there's no 10 gauge. I'll have to make do with this 6 gauge and this 4 gauge together.
Kaeru no
Isso que a Bá tinha que fazer no concerto do
Ikoete
chuveiro aquele dia.
Kuruyo.
Se não tinha a chave 10, pega uma 6 e uma 4.
Gero, gero,
Que dá
gero,
10.
gero, wak, wak. Kaeru no Ikoete Kuruyo. Wak, wak, wak.
How's it going, Joshua?
I'd say I've patched them all up, but there's no juice. And if there's no juice, then the bovine won't bust a move.
Which in common Earthling means the bull won't work without electrical current. That's fine, Joshua. I'll see what I can do.
O que ele precisa? Falou de corrente elétrica. É hora de ligar isso. Esse daqui é o do...
Hey, what was that? Are you messing with the circuit breaker, Kaimi?
Yeah?
Well, you better turn my electricity back on, because my fan stopped and it's a scorcher today.
Posso desligar do restaurante, né? Mas do restaurante é só 10. E do centro de visitantes, mais 10.
Turn on the juice, Kaimi, or the 2 or 3 soft drinks I have left are gonna be as hot as soup.
So, Brian, you feel like taking a ride on an automatic cow?
Don't tell me you fixed the bucking bronco.
I just finished up my little handiwork. And stop fooling yourself. It's definitely a cow. I've seen it from underneath. And I know whereof I speak.
Whatever, a cow. Yes, siree, whatever you say. But does it work?
Of course. Then let's get moving.
Hey, where are you going?
To find Professor Simon. Come on, we're in a hurry.
You'll have to wait just a tiny bit longer. I still have to run a few errands before we can leave.
Okay. I'll wait for you in my hut. Try and get the move on. Remember, you've got a whole race of aliens waiting for you to finish running your little errands.
My goodness, I'm gonna need to see a shrink if I keep talking with that nutcase. Not that I don't trust Joshua, but I'd better try it out. Looky, Lonnie! Can you hit the bucking bronco button, please?
Alrighty, partner. Let's see how much you can take.
Man, this thing is already moving.
Now that I think about it, there aren't many cows in New York, are there?
Ha ha! Well, she's a feisty thing, isn't she?
Engraçadinha demais pro meu gosto. Gracinha muito sem graça, viu, dona moça? Como sempre diz aquela que jamais disse isso.
How's it hanging, Knife?
Just what you see, Bri. What about you? How's it hanging?
If I told you that I know how you could start surfing right now, would you lend me your motorboat?
Mate, you are more mythical than the Red Hot Chili Peppers. How can I do that?
You grab your board and follow me.
Okay, mate. I figured it out already. Where's the hidden camera?
No, Knife, this is serious.
Well, it's the lamest serious thing I've ever done. And, mate, have I done a few.
Well, think whatever you want. Look at Lonnie. Could you hit it again?
Right away, Kaimi.
Well, man, what do you think?
Awesome, mate.
So, is it a deal? Can I use your motorboat?
Like, totally, mate. It's all yours.
Yes. The first part of my plan is complete. Now I have to concentrate on the rest. Sneaking into that camp.
Então é isso. Por hoje vamos ficando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, as traduções. Desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.